wanted to make a video to discuss a problem that we have with sometimes with these long looms, and that is the flexion that happens when you're wrapping your yarn. Sometimes you get it tighter and tighter over a few rows, and all of a sudden you've got a narrow center and it's not the same width as the rest of the loom. So one of the things that we've started doing is sending out a little wedge, a little spacer piece. So it's made out of the same material that the wedge is, but it's just a thin piece. We've written spacer on it, and when you're wrapping, you just slide it right there in the groove, so while you're wrapping with the yarn, it holds the distance. And then when you're ready to knit off, just slide it back out, do your knit off, and when you wrap your next row, put it in, and that's going to keep you from having that tightening on the 1/2 inch, the 3/4, the 5/8, and also on the fine gauge. So you'll find in your package this little piece, so don't lose it, it says spacer. So if you look here, if I've been wrapping, I purposely pulled really tight and it's pulling the center in. And sometimes that happens as you're knitting just a tiny bit each row, and by the time you get 5 or 6 rows done, you've pulled that center in quite a ways. And that gets really frustrating on your project. So this spacer, you're going to slide it in into the spot, and that helps keep that the spacing just right. It helps you keep it more even when you're doing that figure-8 wrap. And so then it still is wide enough to be able to slide out of the groove when you're ready to knit off. So if you've got yarn already on it, you're going to slide the wedge just right between the set of yarn, and it can push it down. You're just going to push it down into it. Even though you've got yarn coming out through it, you're just having to put it in part way, but that's going to help hold it while you do your wrap. Loop it off, and then you're just going to just pop it back up and right up through between the yarn, and it'll come right back out. Then you can take your tool and do your knit off. And then push it back down and just slide it back in again. You don't have to use it, but if you have a tendency to tighten your weave, that is a way to stop that from happening. So we will be adding a spacer in with every loom that we send out that is this 24 or 36 inch.